Now let's begin with the organized labor and a 2-week deadline they just issued to governors to start negotiations on the 35,000 naira wage award for workers. The negotiation is to be in line with the terms of the Memorandum of Understanding signed by the federal government, the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress. The state chapters of the NLC and TUC, which handed down the ultimatum on Tuesday, said they had written to the governors to fast-track the necessary protocols and implement the award meant to relieve the pace of subsidy removal. Speaking on this, Rivers State TUC Chairman Ikechukwu Onyefuru said the union will fully comply will comply and implement the ultimatum given and to the federal government by organized labor. In another development, the coordinator of pensioners in Rivers State, Isaac Orang, says pensioners may embark on protests if the state government fails to increase the amount allocated for the payment of their pensions and gratuities. It followed reports that Rivers State tops the list of states with a backlog of unpaid pensions and gratuities to the tune of 119 billion naira. In an interview with our correspondent, Mr. Orang called for pensions to be harmonized and upgraded.
The pensioners are just there wallowing in poverty. With these hard times, people are not comfortable again. We're going to hit the street and make sure that we make the whole world know what we are going through. We have written letters to the governor. We have written to all of them that are concerned. No response from anywhere. Nobody is talking to anybody. So the only language the government here is protest, because it's very shameful for a state like this for pensioners to be crying. Most of our children are not even employed as to say they will give us help. The monthly pension does not take care of anything. A lot of the pensioners have families. Some people have not built any house.
The coordinator of pensioners in Rivers State further said the amount which is paid in batches cannot cover what is owed pensioners in the state.
The government is owing the state pensioners about 110 billion. That's from the backlog of pension arrears that has not been paid over the years, and then the gratuity in the state. That one does not even include harmonization for the old pensioners. They are paying 1 billion per month, and that 1 billion does not take care of the number of the pensioners because the arrears are much. We are appealing to the governor to add some more money, not 1 billion every month. If we can bring out 5 billion, we'll be able to take care of these people. Those who are expected to die will not die because most of this debt is man-made. People can avoid it.
At least 21 states of the Federation owed retirees 790 billion naira inherited pensions and gratuities. Meanwhile, a former Dean of Student Affairs of the Federal College of Education, Technical Omoko Dim Ahiokwo, wants the Rivers State government to include retirees in the distribution of palliatives. Mr. Ahiokwo spoke to our correspondent.
Inflation in Nigeria specifically speaks to consumption, the basic day-to-day things that Nigerians generally live around. Knowing and understanding how inflation works, I think we've seen the worst of it. Petrol prices went high, over 300%. Electricity prices also.
We apologize for that mix-up right there. Moving on, police have arrested the man who was almost lynched yesterday for allegedly defrauding job seekers at Rivers State University. His victims had seen him at the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital and attacked him. Security at the hospital intervened to save him. The man, identified as Philip Oderegi, was later handed over to the Choba Police Division. The suspect is accused of collecting between 200,000 and 450,000 naira from his victims with the promise of giving them employment. One of the victims, Otavino Stephens, spoke to our correspondent.
This man, his name is Steve, sir. He say he works with UST directly, so that was why we are confident to work with him. He said that we are meant to pay 260,000 naira each to get the job. Some of us pay with cash, some of us pay with transfer. So myself and the other persons that I won't brought to him, we collected money from us, 200,000 naira each. We are more than 15 persons that get this money from. And all this while we're waiting for the employment to come. So no avail. So we've been calling. So he will say that we should hold on. That next month, this other month, we should hold on. Since last year, sir.
Mr. Stevens is also demanding a refund.
We want him to pay us all the money that he has taken for the job that he said that he's going to give us and he's not giving to us. So I don't see any person that's working with UST that he says is giving job until now he's still here to pay us our money. We want him to pay us back our money. All of us, that number of persons that he has collected 450k from, 200k from. That's what I want.
Staying with crime stories, the Rivers State Police Command says it is not true that the case of the alleged sexual abuse of an 11-year-old girl has been compromised. The incident happened in Obogu community, Oba Ebema Ndoni local government area. In a statement, the spokesperson of the command, Grace Iringa-Koko, said the suspect, a 22-year-old man named Raymond Isiodo from Obagi community, was released to a reliable surety while the investigation is ongoing. The statement said Roland was rearrested after he fled from the surety. SB Iringa-Koko explained that the suspect would be transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department, Port Harcourt, for further investigation. The relative of the 11-year-old victim, Benjamin Inyoha, spoke to journalists about this.
We discovered that people...
I came back from Port Harcourt and I was told that my niece of 11 years old was raped, and the person in question, Mr. Raymond, who raped her, is now being detained. Then I rushed to police station. The police station at Obite is at Obite, Obebe Mandoni local government, to know what has happened. The suspect, they released him on bail without our knowledge. So I went there, they started threatening me here and there. So because of that, I got annoyed. So I have to petition to a state commissioner Port Harcourt to come to my aid.
Some residents of Eba community in Emoha local government area are raising concerns about the activities of men in military uniform. They allege that these unidentified individuals entered the community in white Hilux vehicles and fired shots targeting the youth. The community is urgently urging security agencies and the Rivers State government to intervene. Recall that scores of people were killed in a fire explosion at an illegal oil refining site in Eba community.
Putting on uniforms comes into Eba day and night looking for people to kill, of which they killed one OSPAC member at Obele. Now they are coming into Eba, of which last night they were shooting sporadically, chasing everybody away. We don't know who they have at heart now to kill. We are calling on the entire public. We are calling on the government agencies. We are calling on the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are calling on the governor of Rivers State to look into it now before it gets out of hand. Eba is no longer in crisis. Gone are those days when people were coming into Eba to kill people unnecessarily.
So we are crying out today so that the federal government, the chief of army staff, the commander of army here in Eba will go and know why these people are coming, because right now, as I speak to you now, there's no crisis in Eba.
Now, the police have not spoken on this. Away from that, the coordinator of the Rivers State Task Force on Illegal Trading and Motor Parks, Felix Nwadibe, is asking motorists to report and assist in arresting imposters of officials of the task force. Speaking with correspondent Emeka Otoka, Mr. Nwadibe said some of those extorting motorists, particularly at Rumokoro, Garrison and Waterlines flyovers, are former task force members dismissed for misconduct. Mr. Nwadibe said the task force is faced with a challenge of hoodlums impersonating its officials to harass and extort motorists.
The information has been filtering to me. Some of them are the boys who were working with me that were dismissed for one offense or the other. Like yesterday, they were beating one. I met him at Garrison. Our area boys too in the place. In every junction, you will see people say they are point one, they are point two. They are not my boys. They are not my boys. Remember, from the public, anyone they see, let them hand them over to the police. If there are a group of people that can hold them hostage before the arrival of police, better. And if they go to the police, if police need my statement, I will go there and make statement that they are not my boys.
He also explained how to recognize legitimate members of the Rivers State Task Force.
If there are some group of persons wearing this our current vest operating with any other motor other than this our Ford Ranger, they are illegal. They are illegal. They can be arrested as well. Anytime you see my boys, we are always on convoy, and they must be on this our vehicle, the Ford Ranger pickup. So if they are not with it, they are not my boys.
Recall that a resident of Port Harcourt, Osagie Sylvester, recently raised alarm over extortion of motorists by individuals who claimed to be affiliated with the River State Task Force around the Garrison Waterlines flyover. Still to come, Port Harcourt residents yet to adjust to rising food prices. Stay with us.
This world is not my home.
Welcome back, and now the rest of the news. The chairman of Rumiwo Council of Chiefs, Michael Nwosu-Otu, has insisted that Ezoha Apara, His Royal Majesty Ezechike Nwosu-Otu, cannot suspend council members. Chief Nwosu-Otu said Ezechike Nwosu is taking decisions that are not within his power concerning the the traditional stool of Rumibo community. He said Rumibo Council of Chiefs is answerable to Chief Billy Owonda as the paramount ruler of the community.
I have been the chairman of this Council of Chiefs. We've been holding our meetings. So he cannot just come to say he has suspended anybody or removed anybody from any position. We are reporting directly to Yewele Akinibo, Eze Billy Wadele Ohonda, JP. He is the paramount ruler of Rumibo. Ezo Hapana is the king of Hapana. He cannot also come here to struggle with Ezebili or Honda, or who becomes the paramount ruler of Rumibo. Why is he not also attaching to himself Yewele Rupoku, Yewele Rumeprikum? Why is he particularly interested in Yewele Rumibo? He is Ezo Hapana.
Also speaking, Chairman Rumibo Clan Council Roland Amewule advised Eze Chika Nwolunwodo to respect his stool and remove his hand from the stool of Rumibo.
Tell me where in other communities, other kingdoms, where a first-class traditional ruler will come to think of how to inaugurate youth council. His counterparts were in Abuja very recently to congratulate the president of the country and congratulate the minister of Federal Capital Territory for his appointment. He was here inaugurating his council. Is it what we are talking about? He had no right to suspend me. In the first place, I was made a chief in my place by my family people in 1986. So my people that made me a chief in 1986, a kind of family chief, will have the right to say I'm no longer their chief. He's not even the one that even installed me as a chief in the first place. I am not answerable to his council.
Also, the President General of the Kinibo Youth Council, Charles Wallison, called on residents and business operators in the area not to have any dealings with Bobby Ezekiel on activities concerning the youth. Port Harcourt residents say the rise in food prices remain worrisome. This is as the recent report by the National Bureau of Statistics shows that Nigeria's inflation rate rose to 26.72% in September 2023 due to the removal of fuel subsidy in May. In an interview with our correspondent, residents called on the government to reconsider the removal of fuel subsidy to address the economic challenges.
You bring so much money to the market and you end up buying very little. I think everything is coming up from the fuel to cost of production. Things are expensive, things are high. It's not easy for people.
Only God in control of everything. Anyhow, we see ourselves, we manage. So we can't kill ourselves.
Before, I bought like one bag to 28,000. But now, last time I went to the market and asked the price, they say it's 50,000 a bag. So I can't be able to afford the money to buy the bag of rice to keep for my house now.
Food stuff. So if you buy something of 1 naira today, tomorrow will be 2 naira. So everything now just they add money because of transport. Everything just they add. We want my government just try to help to reduce the price.
Our correspondent visited the Mile 1 market and observed a significant increase in the prices of various food items. Some traders also shared their thought on this.
Bag of price before I buy 37. For now, I buy 52 to 51, 48 to 49. Even Gary don't add money. You don't add 7,000 for one bag.
Flour is up to 39, 40,000. Before we are buying sugar at 18,000, 20,000. But now sugar is up to 2,000 and a bag.
Tomato 2 costs. Nobody agree buyer because per costa is 5,000.
Feed now they expensive. Feed they cost. I make our fowl they high price. Two layers. You are selling 35. The biggest jumbo size 7,000. Market no today as it before. People they complain money no day. People just pay for school fees and other things. Plus house rent. Market never today.
Sometimes when we buy the next day, we hear some market don't increase. Sometimes we go sell finish. We will even get the complete money to buy new one.
For more on this, catch the business news at 7. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has launched the renewed Hope Conditional Cash Transfer for 15 million households. The launch, which coincides with World Poverty Eradication Day, was held at the Press Gallery of the State House in Abuja. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, represented the President at the event. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has appointed the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Jigawa State, Musa Adamu Aliyu, as the new chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC. Presidential spokesman Ajiri Ngelale, who announced this in a statement, said that the president also appointed Clifford Okudiri Oparodu as the secretary of the commission.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Hundreds of Palestinians are feared dead after a huge blast at a hospital in Gaza City blamed by the Hamas group on an Israeli airstrike. Israel says the blast was caused by rockets misfired by another group, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and both sides deny blame. US President Joe Biden will visit Israel today, but a planned summit in Jordan with Arab leaders has been cancelled. Now that's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's take a look at the major stories. On the news this morning, you heard organized labor has given a 2-week deadline to state governors to start negotiations on the 35,000 naira wage award for workers. Port Harcourt residents are yet to adjust to rising food prices. Pensioners in Rivers State are threatening to protest if the state government fails to increase the amount allocated for the payment of their pensions and gratuities. Police have arrested a man nearly lynched in Port Harcourt over university job scam. Rivers State Task Force on Illegal Trading and Motor Parts has dismissed extortion claims, saying those involved are not their officials. President Tinubu has appointed ICPC chairman, and on the foreign scene there is chaos in Gaza as airstrike hits hospital. The news was edited by Choma Ezenwafo. Mostly cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this morning. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. Peace is a path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. I am King Ife Moyali. Many thanks for listening.